Okay, I have press record. So let's go ahead and begin. As I just said, today's session will be recorded. So if you haven't yet, just please go ahead and mute yourself, turn off your video so you don't turn up on the recording. We will open it up for questions at the end. So feel free to write down any questions that you have. You can use our chat feature. You can unmute yourself and you can ask your questions at the end. But till then, just stay muted. My name is Karen Padine. I am the program manager or program specialist for the Master of Science in Finance, and I will be jumping on towards the second part of the presentation to give you an overview of the application process. But till then, I'm going to pass on over to our program director. I will let her introduce herself, and she'll give you an overview of the MSF program.
Hi, Karen. Good evening, everybody. Okay, this is Professor Cindy Chen. And I joined Cal State Long Beach in year 2006, and I got my promotion, associate professor, full professor. So I currently teach regularly corporate finance investment, okay, in Department of Finance. And welcome, and thank you for your interest in our program. And we start the Master of Finance program in year 2019. So current is our third cohort. And then now we are recruiting, admitting the cohort 4. Okay, so benefits from a diverse economy in California, and Los Angeles is now one of the top 5 financial, jobs. Okay, the place for the financial jobs. And so financial professionals are in high demand, and with a finance degree, and people can nail a job in the area such as a corporate finance. So you work for the company, okay, and deal with the financial decisions, okay, and then or you work for investment banking, so work for both the buy and the sell side of the investments, or you work for the investment management, okay, hedge fund, the private equity firm, okay, financial planning, financial consulting. So these fields are the sell side. So you help the clients, okay, to invest, to buy the securities, to buy financial products. And then insurance, commercial banking. So that will be the financial institution service sector. Yes, Karen. So the field is a highly demand. Okay, the job is in high demand, and the field is competitive. And however, the entry-level financial analysts, okay, and is need more skills, okay, especially those with the advanced degree, and has the skills specialized in technical analysis, quantitative analysis, and strategic decisions, making strategic decisions, and the leadership, okay? And so financial analysts, okay, most financial analysts have an advanced degree, and it's the CFA, Chartered Financial Analysts, okay, the accreditation. Okay, so first our college, the finance, okay, it's the department in College of Business, the College of Business at Cal State Long Beach, and our program are AACSB, the accreditation, the program. Okay, so a little background about the AACSB. So only about 30% of the business schools in the USA, okay, met the standard. And we have the AACSB for both the college and then the master program. Yes, Karen. Okay, so according to the magazine Money, and for the recent 2 years, 2019, 2020, and our college of business is the most valuable business college in the United States. And this ranking is based upon more than 20,000 data points in cost and the quality. So here's the link, okay, if you want to do more research about the ranking, the methodology, and then the calculation. And then the next slide is the 2019, the ranking in 2019, and we are number 13, Cal State Long Beach. So the price, okay, it's about 10,000, and the graduation rate at almost 70%. Okay, so what's specific, okay, about our program and what are the benefits and the features? So first, our program is a 1 year, okay, 1 year cohort, and 12 months, okay, from the coming one, okay, will be from fall 2022 to summer, okay, 2023. And most courses are offered. Most, I would say 90%, okay, are offered in evening and then Saturday morning. And for our current cohort, cohort 3, okay, and because we finished, we have already taught, we finished the teaching, or we finalized the scheduling for the summer. So the current cohort, all the classes are scheduled in the evening, okay, from 7 or from 6 p.m. So we do provide the flexibility, okay, to the students who have a full-time job. And the program is cohort based. So there are no elective courses. There are mandatory 10 courses. So you stay with the same group and then attending the program for the 12 months, and then you have the same, okay, the same students, okay, the same classmates. So able to build a very strong network. Okay, and then, okay, our program, and okay, once you participate the program, and then you have the chance, okay, to work with our B.I.G, the group, the B.I.G the project. I will explain the B.I.G project in later slides. So this one, okay, the costs. So the program is state aside, okay, and then so the cost is about $19,000 for California residents and then $30,000 for non-residents. And we do offer student assistantship. We have a very sufficient resources for student assistantships because we have a multiple graduate programs in college. We have MBA, and then for MBA, we have online MBA, evening MBA, accelerated MBA. And then we also have a master in finance, accounting, management, accounting, information system, marketing and marketing analytics. So we have a high demand of assistantships. Okay, and so if you apply for our program and interested in the assistantships, you can work either for MSF or other graduate programs as well. Okay, so we have a very good pool for the assistantships. And then we have a Bloomberg terminal, and the student can, okay, practice with the 12 Bloomberg terminals in our computer lab. And then in the end, okay, you can take the training and then pass the Bloomberg certification, okay, which will strengthen your marketability. And our class will be taught by a diverse faculty, okay, of a combination of a CFA themselves, and then the PhD, and then the practitioners like the bank VP, okay, or the research head in the mutual fund, hedge fund, okay, and then so the student can overall have a good education experience. Yes, next. Okay, so that's the schedule of the 10 courses. Okay, so 10 courses, and each course is 3 units and spread out in 12 months. So 12 hours, so that will be 4 courses in fall semester, and then 4 courses in spring semester, and then 2 courses in the summer. And after the summer course, okay, and then the students will take a comprehensive exam. Okay, so for a fast track student, so if you are undergraduate major, okay, in our college, majored in business or the majored in applied math and then econ, okay, and then you are able to apply through our fast track. So you are not required to submit a video statement and a letter of recommendation. Okay, so if you don't have a business major, undergraduate majors, and you will be accepted conditionally first, and then in the summer before the fall semester, so that'll be summer 2022, and usually around July and August. Okay, and then you will take the prerequisite course, Finance 501, Financial Management. and you can take online course or regular course. And if you receive B above, okay, and then you are eligible to start a program in the fall semester. So there is a chance to make up if you are not a business major. So one more course, okay, will equip you, okay, and then to start a journey. Yes, next. Okay, so this is the mapping between the CFA topics and then our MS, the program curriculum, the courses. And so for instance, ethical professional standards, we have a course, Finance 660. So that is a seminar in financial institutions and then ethics. And then we have a quantitative analysis, Finance 640. So econ, financial reporting analysis. So all the topics, okay, in the CFA and are covered by our courses. But we teach more than the CFA materials. For example, 640, the quantitative methods in CFA, they test the probability, sampling, population, standard deviation distribution. But in our Finance 640, the students will learn Python application and also learn regression analysis. And the economics, and we have an econ professor to cover the course, okay, and the fixed income derivatives, and then we have the people, okay, we have the instructors who come directly from industry, like they have the derivatives trading company. And in the past, our instructors offer like internship opportunities to the students right away. Okay. Yeah, this is about the B.I.G. So B.I.G is a student investment program. Okay, so students form groups, and currently we manage 3 portfolios and totaling really, okay, so $2 million. Okay, so it's a team oriented, okay, and students participate a lot of competition, and then we have a good ranking in the B.I.G performance. Okay. Yeah, the students, okay, and then have the chance to be hired, okay, in the top companies like a PIMCO. So this is about the Bloomberg terminals. Okay, so we proudly, okay, to say like we have 12 terminals, and then we offer the students ability to become Bloomberg certified. So this is the same system those trading company use, okay, daily basis. So students are able to learn, okay, the first-hand, okay, experience. And so real world experience, access to the same information and analysis as the market professionals. Next. Yeah, I will turn it to Karen.
Yeah, I moved those other slides towards my end, Cindy, so that's why you're
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we just recently updated our slide, so that's why there's, I moved slides for us. So now let's move on to the second half of the presentation, which is the application process. And come on, computer, don't freeze on me. There we go. Okay, so in order to apply, you need a 4-year bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited university. In the past, students would be required to sit for the GMAT or the GRE. However, both exams are waived for the fall 2022 term. You will be required to submit an updated resume. You will be required to submit a video recording of yourself, also referred to this is kind of our interview process, I guess you can say. You will be required to submit a short essay question, and you will also be required to submit 2 letters of recommendation. The entire online application will be done via CalState Apply. The deadlines are quickly approaching. So for international students, it's going to be April 1st. For our domestic applicants, it will be June 1st. There's 4 different quadrants within the application that you have to complete, and I'll walk you through each one of those quadrants. There is a $70 application fee, which is non-refundable, and we get asked all the time, we have a fee waiver, no fee waiver. And then you are required to submit transcripts and test scores, for example, like English language test scores. Those will be sent directly to Roman Services. Cindy and I do not collect any of those, and then you're not required to upload the transcripts or test scores to CalState Apply. So you're going to go to the website, and you are going to go ahead and select that you're applying for fall 2022. you are going to select that you're applying as a graduate student, and then you're going to create a portal. You're going to use an email address and then create a password. And then whatever email address you use, you want to make sure is an email address you check on the regular, because if we have any questions whatsoever, we're going to email that email address. So make sure it's one that you are checking. As I said before, there's 4 different quadrants within the application. So in order for the application to be complete, you need to get 4 green circles like you see here on the screen. The first quadrant is personal information, and this one's really straightforward. You're just going to do exactly how you see here on the left-hand screen. You're going to want check marks all the way down. You want to fill out every section within quadrant 1, and it's pretty much your contact information, demographic information, citizenship, things like that. Your second quadrant is going to be academic history, and there's going to be 4 different sections within this quadrant. The first one's colleges attended, and here you're going to go ahead and just list all the colleges you attended in the past. So any community colleges, where you went for your bachelor's degree. Underneath colleges attended, I know it's not here on the screenshot, but just know it's there. It's going to be transcript entry. So if you're a current student and you're currently taking courses, you're just going to go ahead and type out the courses you're currently taking. You don't have to type out all the courses you took within the last 4 years or however long you've been taking your bachelor's, just the courses you're currently enrolled in. If you already graduated with your bachelor's degree, you can leave this section completely blank. You can just check off, I'm not uploading any transcripts, or I'm not typing out any information. Regardless, you do not have to upload any transcripts in this section. I'm going to repeat that a couple of times, so just remember that. And then for GPA entries here, you're just going to go ahead and give us your best guess of what your current GPA is or what your GPA was during your bachelor's degree. If you're not 100% sure what it was, it's totally fine. Regardless, Enrollment Services is going to come and update it for us. Standardized tests, as I said before, you are not required to sit for the GMAT or the GRE. It's waived for everybody. So you can just go ahead and check off, I received a waiver. If you are required to take one of like the TOEFLs or any of the other English language requirement tests, I believe you input the scores here. If there's not an option, don't freak out. Regardless, you're going to submit those scores after you submit CalState Apply directly to Enrollment Services. The third quadrant is supporting information, and there's 3 different sections within this quadrant. The first one's going to be experiences. Here you can just check off and say, I'm not submitting any information, because trust me, none of us are going to look at this section. Then there's going to be a achievements tab, same thing, check off, I'm not going to be submitting information. And then there's a third section, which is statement of purpose, and there's a text box here. And this is not the same statement of purpose I was referring to earlier. This one is more pertaining to our undergraduate students. So in this text box, you just want to type, I'm submitting directly to the department. You have to type out something in this text box in order to move on to the 4th and final quadrant. So put whatever you want in this text box. Once you type something in there, you'll get your green circle, and you can move on to the 4th and final quadrant, which is the most important one. This is like the main meat of the application. This is where me and Cindy will be reviewing pretty much everything for your admissions into the program. And there's 3 different sections here I'm going to go over. The first one's going to be the questions section. So as I said before, you are required to submit a video recording and a short essay question. For the video recording, it should be anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes long, so nothing super lengthy. And again, this is like our interview process. This is our opportunity to get to know you more on a personal level outside of just looking at your transcript and just looking at your GPA. So you can use YouTube, you can use Google Drive, whatever you want. Just make sure you set the link to public. If you set it to private, we won't be able to view it, and then I'll have to email you and ask you to update it to private to public. So just make sure it's set to public to begin with, and you're going to answer the following question: what are your career goals in the next 3 to 5 years? And what, in your imagination, would be your long-term dream job? So just answer that question in your video recording. You know, try to dress professional, like you're going to an interview, and you'll be good to go. Next is your short essay question. So there is a character limit. So it's going to be 1,500. That's character limit, not word limit. So with the character limit of 1,500, your essay should only be 1 to 2 paragraphs max, probably just 1 paragraph, depending on how much you put in there. And you're going to answer the following question: describe a time when you dealt with someone who was difficult. How did you handle that situation? What would you do differently if you could do it over again? So again, 1 to 2 paragraphs max. You're going to copy and paste your video recording link. You're going to copy and paste your short essay question, and you're going to input it into the question section within quadrant 4. The second section within quadrant 4 is documents. This is really straightforward. All you have to upload is your resume. That's it, just your updated resume. You don't have to upload any transcripts. You don't have to upload any certificates or anything like that. Just your updated resume. The last and final section within quadrant 4 is letters of recommendation. So as I said before, you're required to submit 2 letters of recommendation, and they should be from someone who you have an academic or professional relationship with. This can be a previous professor, current professor, previous supervisor or manager, or current supervisor or manager, whatever works for you. And we get asked all the time, what should be included in my letter? And I'm pretty sure I didn't say this before, but I will send you, if you want, I will send you a copy of this presentation. So you can always go back here, refer to the different slides for notes when you're doing your application. And you can also send these bullet points straight to your recommender so they know what to include in their letter. But they want to go ahead and give us a short summary of their history with you. So were they your professor? Were they your manager? Have them give us a list of characteristics they believe will help you excel in the graduate programs. Have them provide us a list of contributions or projects that you brought to the workforce or to the classroom. And then they can end the letter with a strong closing statement endorsing you to the program. So within quadrant 4, you want to go ahead and input their first name, last name, and email address. And once you input their information into the system, it will automatically email them an email with a link stating that you have requested for them to be your recommender. They could go ahead and type out their letter, and they could upload the letter directly to the link, and they will go directly to our online application system. So you don't have to worry about doing the whole back and forth emailing or sending us directly the letter. So it helps make the whole process streamlined, but just know once you input their information into the system, it will email them automatically, not when you pay the application fee at the end. So it's when you input their information in the system. So you want to make sure you give your recommenders a heads up before you input their information in the system. And that's it. The application's done at that point. You'll get your 4 green circles. You can go ahead and pay your $70 application fee. And at that point, it will be sent directly to your enrollment services, who will go ahead and start the process of completing your application. They will contact you in regards to transcripts, let you know that you can now start sending your transcripts in once you get your campus-wide or Cal State Long Beach student ID number. You don't want to send your transcripts in until you get that Cal State Long Beach ID number, because that will ensure faster processing of your transcripts. So for our domestic students, you have the opportunity to submit your official transcripts electronically, and you can send them to the email address on the screen. Again, this is for only our domestic students. Or you can mail in a physical version of your official transcript. It has to be in a sealed envelope, stamped official, so don't open up the envelope because then it will no longer be official once you open it. And that's the mailing address on the screen. For our international students, you do have to mail in official, sealed official documents. And again, make sure it remains sealed with a stamp on it, or it will no longer be official. Admissions and Records, or Center for International Education, has stated that due to admissions purposes, or due to the fact that for a lot of students it's taking a really long time to mail their documents in due to the pandemic, you can email in copies of your transcripts to the email address on the screen, just for admissions purposes though, just to determine if you are admitted to the program or not. Once you are admitted, there will be a hold put on your account, and you have to mail in official documents. So at some point, you will have to mail in official documents. Okay, so we get asked a lot, what type of services do we provide for internships or career-wise? We do have a graduate business career services. You have the opportunity to work with them one-on-one. They cater directly to just our graduate business students, and you can meet with them in person. They always put together a lot of events. They do online events too. here's some example of pictures of like in the past events they've done. So we have a list here of different workshops they've done in the past where you can get assistance when it comes to building your resume, interviewing skills, updating your LinkedIn. They can help you with salary negotiation. They have a really cool thing, which is called the resume book that they put at the beginning of the semester. So during your first semester, you want to go ahead and get in touch with them, have them help you update your resume, and what they'll do, they'll put into a resume book. So whenever an employer contacts us to say, hey, we're looking for a finance student, they can go ahead and send that resume book over to them. And then the employers or recruitment could go ahead and look at all the resumes of our graduate students. So something pretty cool that they do. And then they do put together a lot of events for employers. So you have the opportunity to meet the recruiters face to face. They'll do alumni panels or employer panels, presentations where you can network with them, things like that. And here is a list of sample employers that do hire at Cal State Long Beach. So, excuse me, our Graduate Career Services does a really good job at connecting and building relationships with local employers. So again, they could send a resume book to all these employers listed here, and they could start recruiting our finance students. Frequently asked questions. So can the MSF program be completed part-time? As Cindy mentioned, the curriculum earlier is a full-time program. So each unit's 3 units, and there's 4 classes you would do in the fall, 4 classes in the spring, and 2 classes in the summer. So it is a pretty accelerated program. Classes are in the evening, so 7 p.m. to 9:45. Each class only meets once a week, so that's why the class sessions are a little longer. And sometimes you may have a Saturday morning class as well. But it just depends on the semester and the faculty. What is the cost of the MSF program? So for California residents, it could be approximately around $19,000 for the entire program. And for non-California residents, it can be approximately around $30,000 for the entire program. And do we provide CFA test prep? And as Cindy mentioned, the curriculum is built to mirror the CFA, how do I always mess up that CFA curriculum? And we do provide test prep materials for you, which comes with the program cost. Okay, so that is me. I'm done talking. At this point, I will open it up to you guys, so you can go ahead and ask any questions. I see there's one question here on the chat already. Hello, I'm an international applicant. Can the program be completed in a time greater than 12 months? So the program length is set in stone. We are a cohort-based program, meaning that every student has the same study plan. Every student takes the exact same courses. You take every single course together and you move from each course together. So the 12-month length is pretty set in stone. And then in regards to the ILS test score, for some reason I'm drawing a blank right now and I can't remember the minimum requirement. It is on our website. When you go to like application requirements, it will list the minimum test score there. You can always email me directly at the email address on the screen, and then I could just look it up for you and send it to you. But right now I'm like drawing a blank. I can't remember at the top of my head the exact minimum test score. A question, how do students usually spend the day since the classes are only in the evening? So some students do work part-time. Some work full-time, so it just depends, or sometimes a student does not work and just goes to school full-time. At that point, I'm pretty sure since you're taking 4 classes, you're most likely focusing on your studies during the day, you know, connecting with your classmates, studying, doing projects together, the course assignments, things like that. And a lot of students who tend to go to school full-time tend to live on campus too. So there's always different activities and things you can do on campus as well. Is it GMAT only waived for this year? Great question. So I know, I want to say for the last year was waived as well. I don't 100% know yet if it will be waived for next year also. It's kind of, we're doing it term by term. It will ultimately be decided, I want to say, by the department or the dean's office. But if you are not able to apply for this term and then you are looking for the next term, just always feel free to follow back up with us before the application window opens, like maybe a month or two before it opens, and then we can let you know if the GMAT or GRE is required. It is our fall application window is really long. So it starts in October 1st. For example, for fall 2023, it will open up October 1st, 2022, and the deadline will be April 1st, 2023 for international students and June 1st, 2023 for domestic students. So it's a pretty long application window. So more than enough time to sit for the GMAT or the GRE if it is required for next year. But again, I won't know until next year. For the next question, just feel free to email me directly, and then I can go ahead and break down more information in regards to that. We are located really close to the beach, LA County area. So again, just feel free to email me directly at the email address on the screen, and I can answer more about that question. Any other questions pertaining to application process, program? What is the final date for the results of the application? So I'm assuming, Priscilla, your question is when is the last date we will be sending decisions out? We do accept on a rolling basis. So since the application window has opened, we have been reviewing applications. It's just a matter of waiting for them to get completed in enrollment services, and then they're sent to our department for final review. So we are still waiting on a number of applications to come through. So we will be reviewing applications all the way until possibly, Cindy, when does the Finance 501 course start?
It's usually the middle of July.
Yeah, so I want to say till June we'll be reviewing applications.
Yeah, and they usually so far, we only offer one cohort. So the ideal size would be 30 to 35. And for instance, the last cohort, we have a 41. And then this time we control it to 27. So it's a small class. And so professors will have a good monitor and then focus on each student. But at the same time, as I mentioned, that like we have to balance when it's a rolling basis. So if so my suggestion would be like you try to apply like as soon as possible. Okay.
Thanks, Cindy.
Okay, how many applications do you receive? Okay, this year is not complete, and the last year we have about the 70s. So as I mentioned, in the end we have 27, but we do accept more than that. But some students applicants decided to withdraw. So but that's I would say we accept 40, 30 to 40, and now the program is 27. The current cohort is 27. So acceptance, it's 50 out of 70. Yeah, okay. So it's about 40 to 50 out of 70. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm horrible at math, so don't ask me. There was a question, can you repeat what the requirements are for the fast track program? So yeah, that is for our current College of Business students. If you have a finance background, applied math background, economics background, finance background, you have to, if you have any of those backgrounds, then you could apply for the fast track program. You could email the email address on the screen. Ideally, you want to apply within your junior or your senior year, because I believe there are some upper division courses you must have completed first before you apply, and you must have a minimum GPA of a 3.0 in your Cal State Long Beach and your overall and your upper division GPA. So all 3 GPAs, upper division, overall, and your Cal State Long Beach. If you have a 3.0 minimum above or 3.0 or above, then you're eligible to be a fast track applicant. And that means you just have direct access straight into, you're pretty much conditionally admitted at that point. And it helps lessen the requirements that you have to complete for the Cal State Apply. So you don't have to do letters of recommendation. You don't have to do the video recording. and I'm missing one thing. Oh, the GMAT and the GRE. So it helps make the application a lot faster. And again, you're pretty much conditionally admitted at that point. So you go directly into the MSF program right after you graduate. So you have to make sure you complete CalState Apply before you graduate in order to be eligible for the fast track program. And if you're interested, again, just email me at msf@csulb.edu and I can email you the application because there is a separate application you have to fill out for the fast track. Of course, yeah, thank you. So question, Brittany, thank you for this. If some students apply and withdraw their acceptance, would you then accept previous applicants that were not accepted? So I know maybe Cindy could provide more about this since she is one of the ones
let me
doing
see. Okay, withdraw their acceptance. Okay, previous applicants that were not. No, with as I mentioned, like we accepted like 60% of the students, and then we started the Python. We have the Python training in the summer, so those changes will delay the students' training in the summer. So the Python training is not mandatory, but it is like a self-training. We provide free online resources, and then we do have the synchronous the video synchronous meeting with the students online. And so once the decision is made, and that's the final decision.
Yeah, if Cindy, I think, were to pull from another group of students, it would probably be students that were waitlisted at that point.
Yes.
When it comes to scholarships and things like that, assistantships, that will not be an opportunity until you're actually admitted into the program. And then within your first semester, then we will go ahead and start sending out opportunities for scholarships and things like that. And in regards to CFA level, I'm not sure if that has affected scholarships in the past.
Not a higher scholarship, but you will have a better flexibility to choose your assistantships if you would like to pursue. And for instance, we can arrange like the tutor and not an assistantship to the professors. You can have your independent tutor session, and then to help your peers, the classmates to prepare for their CFA. Yeah, given your experience.
All great questions so far. Any additional questions? Of course, no, thank you for staying on with us and thank you for the questions. Okay, so I hope the presentation was helpful for everybody. You have a better understanding of the program now, you have a better understanding of the application process. At this point, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So again, if you have any questions, just feel free to email me at msf@csulb.edu. I will go ahead and answer any of your questions, and then we look forward to seeing your applications come through, and we're looking forward to review them. So thank you. Yes, great question, Vanessa. This recording, once I press end, it will go ahead and put this like weird file together, and then I'll send it to one of our IT guys to shorten it to make it to a YouTube link. And then I will go ahead and make sure to send you guys the recording and the PowerPoint. If I don't by Monday, because tomorrow I have some trainings to go to. If I don't find that Monday, please email me. I don't care, like just blow up my inbox, remind me that I need to email it to you. So again, if I don't send it to you by Monday, just email me kindly and say, hey, can you send us a video recording link? And I will. So just in case I forget. And I will make sure to share the presentation with you guys too. Okay, so I will go ahead and end it then. I hope everybody has a great night and look forward to talking to you guys more in my inbox. So take care.